Alright, what's going on, guys? James here to bring you another video. In this one, I'll be giving my thoughts and reviews on Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 4. So, in this episode, we didn't really get much. At the same time we did, I thought it was an okay episode. It wasn't my favorite of the season as the other first three were. We got all the characters together finally. Morgan and his story were together in this episode with Nick and his group's story, but Nick was dead last episode, so we really didn't get Nick other than in the flashback. But we did get more story on the Vultures and what might have happened with the Vultures and Madison's group. So let's go right on in and dive into that. So I posted a video earlier, maybe a week or so ago, saying that Madison might be dead. And what we got in this past episode is hinting that that might have actually been true, because Strand said his friend was killed. And I really doubt he would say that to that guy that wouldn't go with him in this episode when he showed him his truck, because Madison was his drinking friend. And he wouldn't say that about anyone else, I don't think, because Madison viewed him as his friend as well. She even said it in the first episode when we saw them. She said she liked drinking with him, and she acknowledged him as a friend. So I think, again, that Madison is probably dead, and we'll be seeing that later on this season as we get closer to the war with the Vultures. Now, they hinted at a war once again, but they did not show it. Now I'm really getting tired of them not showing it. I really want to see what happens, and I really doubt we'll get to see what happens next episode, because the next episode we'll see the backstory on how John met Naomi, which we now learned in this past episode, who is Laura, which everyone was thinking Laura would have been that one savior back at Negan's place, but it turns out it wasn't. It was Naomi, which is a really big twist in this episode as well. There was a lot of twists in this past episode of Sunday, which is what I liked about it. We learned a lot this past Sunday, so that was one of my favorite things, was the twist that Laura was in this past Sunday's episode. We found out she was Naomi, and I wonder if she's really dead. Unless we see it on camera, then she's not. I really doubt it, because they usually show main character deaths on camera, and if they don't, they're not really dead on Fear the Walking Dead and the regular show. If you don't see their deaths on the camera, I highly doubt that they're dead. Like when we were talking about Morales and we back on The Walking Dead, and everyone thought he was dead, but we got him in season 8. So unless we see their characters die in real life on the show on screen, they're probably most likely not really dead. So again, we got to see them search for food and stuff in the flashbacks, and we found out that Strand is doing what he does in his old ways, and he had a bunch of supplies for himself, and he got a heart at the end. But I still feel like he probably has something hidden somewhere in the present day Strand with Morgan and his story. Now, will Morgan join the fight when he is done letting John go through whatever he is going through after finding out that Laura might be dead? Now, that will be an interesting question to find out this coming Sunday. I think he will, because Morgan always eventually ends up fighting. Now, if he doesn't, that will be a twist for this show, which will make Morgan's character grow for the story. So we'll have to look forward to that this Sunday, if Morgan will end up going to fight with Luciana, Alicia, and Strand, and Athea, or if Morgan will just stay with John and help him cope with the death of Naomi, or now that we know her name is Laura. So once again, I like this episode. It's not high up there as my favorite like last week's episode was, when they killed off Nick, because again, Nick was one of the main characters. So I have to say, like, yeah, again, this isn't one of my favorite episodes. So that's pretty much all I have to say for this one, is that they hinted at Madison being dead, and I really think she is after this point. Now, let me know what you guys think. If you want to comment on this video, do as you please, and see what you think, if Madison is dead or not, because she would have been the main character of the show after Nick dies. If and Madison said that leaves Alicia to be the main character because she's part of the main family. Now, in some other news, we found out that Daniel Salazar is still alive. I saw an article on Facebook that was saying the director of the show, one of the executive producers, said that Daniel Salazar, his actor, is still alive in the show's storyline, and his actor will appear in one of the episodes. Now, I am so happy about that. I could not believe I am wrong. I am happy that I am wrong, and we will see Daniel Salazar later on this season. And I can't wait for Daniel to return. It had to be Nick to die, but we got Daniel back. Now, with me saying that, this is James saying please like and subscribe, and saying peace.